Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to talk to you regarding how to become Crorepati effortlessly. The word effortlessly is very important. What it means is without really being concerned about it, without exerting too much of attention to this, one can become Crorepati. And today we live in a world which is non-linear. What I mean is, when I was at your age, at the age of 20, 25, when we got into the first job, we started somewhere, and then you have to grow very linearly. The growth was not rapid the way it could be today. Today we live in a non-linear world. So if you want to be wealthy, not mandatory or not required that your parents need to be wealthy. You can become wealthy in no time, provided you have a little different idea and you are able to spot opportunity. So I'll touch upon all these points subsequently, but in the beginning, let me start with the three mool mantras which are required for becoming Crorepati effortlessly in a linear way and also helps you living a good life, a balanced life for long term. So the important here is living a good life for long term, and that's very important. So the very first mantra I am saying is the first mantra is earn steadily. It is very important. Today, job has become very demanding. You get a very high salary. At the same time, the firing rate is equally high. So one need to ensure that you have a consistent track record of being in a company, being in a job for at least 20 years. That's very important. And once you are able to do that, you will be able to really accumulate a lot of wealth, even linear fashion. Consume sensibly. When you talk about consumption, what do you mean by consume sensibly? Consumption means not only the item you consume, not only the food item you consume, but also there could be four dimensions. The very first dimension is body. For body, we have a consumption. So here, things like food, things like apart from food, you may have other drinks and quite a few other items may come. And also here you may have the car, house, etc. These are all. Although car and house you don't eat on a daily basis. But basically, why I'm putting it under consumption? Because it gets into your life, it eats away from your financial position. Second is mentally. Mental, and this is almost neglected area. Normally, people, I have seen a lot of techies, they work very hard, they create a lot of good things in their life. They also get a good job, have a good earning, but at the same time, they mentally, when you talk about mentally, I'm talking here socially and emotionally. One has to be social and emotionally. One has to be stable in this area. So social and emotional stability is very, very important. There may be some courses available. There may be your own style. There may be some people who are already socially very mature. They know how to treat people, how to behave people, how to interact with your superiors. And here also the interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills comes into play. So this is very, very important for you to go up in your life, in your ladder. The next one is spiritually. One need to have a long-term goal, like long-term goal in your life. What it means is, I know we all come here to have a good life. Good life means a life which could be very pleasant, a life which could be very comfortable. But you have to really think from why we have come here, what we can get out of this life. At the end of the day, so you have to make your life meaningful. So that's why I'm saying long-term goal. The moment you talk about making your life meaningful, it becomes a very long-term goal. Meaningful, it becomes a long-term goal. And for doing this, you need to really start doing some chintan, quote unquote chintan, like thinking, what for you have come here, what is the ultimate purpose of life, and that will put really a lot of spice to your life. Here could be helping others. When you say helping others, it can start from your family, your parents, your siblings, your young friends in the family, your friends, and also in society, people who are needy. What I'm talking here is this gives you a huge amount of satisfaction. What I'm not referring to that leave your job and do it here, but you must get into all three of them simultaneously. So, and then this becomes first part of earn steadily, consume sensibly. I explained all this. And third is invest regularly. So here, whatever discipline you put in your life, you have to do it regularly because two things are very important here. One is discipline of investing, and other is the period or compounding. So if you remain invested for long term, which I'll show you how this really becomes a great advantage, how it becomes a very important thing. So I talked about three things. I talked about earn steadily, consume sensibly, and invest regularly. I didn't say that don't drink, don't, but you don't go overboard because you have to take care of your health. You have to do certain exercises. For body, the physical body existence, physical body continuation is very important. If you are not healthy, you will not be able to really contribute to your goal. So therefore, friends, these three things are very, very important. Now, coming back to invest regularly, I would like to show you something here. Like here I have got a SIP calculator. What it means is today this particular thing is available. Like you can invest X amount of money from your income every month. So I would like to show here what happens. I am talking here 15-15 rule actually. So if somebody who invests 15,000 per month at the rate of 15%, which is easy to get, you may reach some advisor who can guide you in this area for 15 years. Ideally, this investment should be for a longer time, but even though you do for 15 years, you will do a good job. So that's very important. So 15 years. Now see, so what I said was 15K per month at 15, deploy at 15% and for 15 years. Now we have to see how much this money becomes. Like this, if you have, this becomes a hopping 1.101 crore. So like even investing 15K per month from your salary, but doing regularly for 15 years makes you a crorepati. That's why I'm saying effortlessly. You position yourself, you concentrate yourself in other aspect of life. But here, just do this regularly. Now, if you make same investment for 20 years, like if you expand your time horizon, you accumulate 2.27 crores. And if you make this one as a 20K, 20K per month, then it becomes 3 crores. So friends, and good number of techies, today they are earning about a lakh plus. So it becomes very easy from 1 lakh to take out about 20 or 25K or 30K. And then you see the power of accumulation. Here two things play. One is discipline of investing, and second is power of compounding. So using these two, you really create a huge amount of wealth, which many of us don't really look at, and we don't give attention to this area. So this is what I normally talk, that when you talk about living a good life, you need to really look at certain things which are very, very important to you. And from that perspective, it becomes very important. Second thing which I like to talk here is earn steadily. So for earning steadily, it is very important to talk about your skills. It is very, very important to really focus on your skills. And when you talk about your skills, there are three categories of skills. One is core skill, which gives you bread and butter, which is helping you learn today. So here, let's say if you're IT professional, so IT becomes your core skill. So you must spend time or you must give attention to strengthen this, strengthen your core skill. Second is beyond this core skill, which is social or emotional skills. So if you think or emotional skills. So here again, you can read books, attend seminars, or have mentors. They will really guide you in strengthening this. This is very, very important. Third, I can call it advanced skill. Advanced skill is one which will position you differently. Like today, you are in a technical position. Although technical is a good position to carry with, but some people want to become manager, which is more of a generic skill. So you have to equip yourself with certain managerial attributes, certain managerial skills or knowledge, which will be handy in your profile and which will help you achieve higher things. For this again, you might have got feedback from your bosses, or you might have your own assessment, or you might have got some feedback from your friends, and that can help you really shine on this area. And this is very, very important, friends. Having said so, I'd like to show you from getting which skill is a hot skill, hot IT skill. I did make a search on hot IT skills today. Similarly, you can do a search in any area, and where you look at top 10 IT skills, you will look at things like artificial intelligence, machine learning, cyber security, data analysis, data science. These are some of the very cloud computing. These are the top few skills. So continuously, you should strengthen your skills in this area. If you're already in this area, good enough. Keep on learning newer and newer technology. That's very, very important. Ensure that a budget means not only in money terms, but also in time terms is devoted here. The next item which I like to touch upon here is very important, is primarily from the angle of non-linearity. Today we live in a non-linear world. So although I told you how to become effortlessly crorepati, which requires about, let's say, 15 years living a good life, and so it's very simple. If you enhance your SIP from beginning, depending on things, you may have multiple crores and you can retire early or whatever you want, you can do it. But today it is possible. Environment is such. And India is placed in a very unique position. In the startup arena, India's position worldwide is third actually in terms of unicorn. Unicorns are those companies which are a $1 billion valuation. So, and initially there was the issue from Ola Electric. And you have, I'm not going into detail, and you see the promoter Bhavish Agrawal, which is his net worth due to Ola Electric grew $2.3 billion. So in a very short time, maybe 7, 8 years, 10 years. So what I'm trying to hint here is, and there are many examples like this. You can think, look, those are very unique, but you can pick up other skills. It could be skills in the certain area, like there are people who run channels in different area, and they have got a huge amount of following. And if you have a very focused approach, you could do that. And then from that angle, you can pick up your own interest area, spot an opportunity, get into that, work hard, work in a disciplined manner for 4, 5 years, 6 years, which in the beginning it requires so much of time. Then all of a sudden, your earning multiplies. You become really a big person in that area. So friends, in today's short video, I discuss about how to become crorepati effortlessly. You need to really live a good life. Good life means what? If you go after just consumption, I see many people just behind consumption. There is no end to it. What we call it in Vedic system, kama. Kama is basically desire. So desire need to be there because that really sets you for achieving higher goals and really defines the physical life from that angle. But if you become to run after desire, there is no end to it in terms of house, in terms of cars, in terms of clothing, in terms of vacation. You will go on and on and on, and it will consume you completely. That's why I said consume sensibly. Define your boundaries, and that is very, very important. Similarly, define your career opportunities. See how you are placed because you will know better than anybody else. This is more of a generic talk. Invest regularly. Here, regularly word is very important. So you have to be disciplined in terms of investing, and also the time period is very important. Earlier you start investing, you are much better off later on. So from this perspective, creating a crore of wealth is very easy today, which was not easy 30, 40 years back. And you are blessed, or you came to the situation at that time, which is excellent for you and very, very favorable in your favor. You really have to act properly. And this is possible due to hard and disciplined work. So I hope you like the deliberation of today. Thank you so much for your time. Stay engaged. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.